a very special guest with us today, Dawn Barlow, and I want to talk about her book that we're actively promoting. So, hello, this is Dawn Barlow.
Hello.
And welcome to the show, Dawn.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell me a bit about your book? It's called From Dark to Light. Tell me about it.
Yes, it's called From Dark to Light, a memoir of spiritual awakening, and this is the book right here. Wrong. The wrong way. Anyway, my book is about a spiritual awakening. It goes from my life, being born into an abusive alcoholic family, all the tragedies I endured in my life, and all the spiritual things that happened in between, and bringing me to the point where I realized I'm a medium. And so many things have happened in this book, and it's also about communication with the world of spirit. I communicate with, like Gail does, like with Jesus and Mother Mary, Archangel Gabriel, Michael, and a lot. And I also have communication in here from Michael Jackson. I have a whole chapter. Now, I don't look for these people to step forth. He stepped forth on his own. When that Neverland video documentary came out, I have whodunits in here. It's their words. And Lizzie Borden, I have many things in here. They're very interesting.
So what prompted you to write this book?
Well, after I have a brother who committed suicide, and through that I found a medium. And this medium actually helped me to find my path. But in it, she said that they said to her, I was supposed to stop communicating and writing down everything. So when I did, angels started coming to me, and they told me to write down every single thing they told me, regardless of how big or small it was. And then they finally told me, you need to write a book. You need to start writing about our communications. And then later on, they told me that I need to incorporate life into it to show people that no matter where you are in your life, no matter where you sit in the darkness, there's always a way out. You can find your way to the light.
So what sort of people have given you messages in this? Is there any particular messages that you'd like to sort of bring up in this conversation?
Okay, a particular message is I was given messages from the angels. I can't remember exactly Archangel Gabriel or who it was, but telling me I was going to rise from the ashes, and I was going to move from where I was. I was going to get $20,000. I was going to get a new car, and I wasn't in a position to move. I wasn't in a position to buy a new car. I didn't understand what they were saying, but I wrote it anyway. But and then a month after they told me I was going to rise out of the ashes, the apartment I was living in burnt to the ground. But a month previous to that, I got apartment insurance because I was prompted to from the lady who gave me the car insurance, and I would have never in a million years gotten apartment insurance. And I know that was all through the work of spirit. So I lost everything in the fire, but I really gained everything in retrospect. The place I live in is much better, and people from everywhere came to help me out. I got a check for $20,000 like they said. I rose out of the ashes. I mean, I believe everything they tell me. No doubt about it.
That's quite incredible. So if people wanted to buy your book, how would they go about finding your book?
You can buy my book on Amazon.com or on my website, DawnBarlowMedium.com. And it's called, once again, From the Dark to the Light, a memoir of spiritual awakening.
Brilliant. So I know that we're going to have two callers calling in, and we're just waiting for the callers. But in the meantime, is there anything else that you'd like to share about the book, or anything that you mentioned Michael Jackson?
Yes.
So did he come to you a lot?
He did. He came to me to make a whole chapter out of it.
Wow.
Yes, he did. He came out of chapter. Yeah, he was coming on a daily basis to me until he said everything that he needed to say.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And I hadn't ever really heard of Lizzie Borden until I came to the United States. And ever since we've been speaking about Lizzie Borden, it's amazing how well she's known in this country and how many people know of her and the supposed sort of axe murders that took place.
Right.
And there's even sort of a poem, isn't there, about her?
Yes, there is.
But so is there much about her in the book?
There is, spread throughout the book. She come to me sporadically. And just before I published the book, she came to me because there was something that she wanted to put in the book that she previously was sort of shameful to say. So I believe it's a revelation, and I believe this tells it all. Yeah.
Right. And so did you get many angels come to you?
Oh, angels, everyday angels are around me, but yes, I've got many angels, many archangels, Haniel, Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, many of them, and just beautiful angels that some of them don't like, they say, well, I don't need a name, but then I always like a name just so I know who they are.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Do you have a favorite angel?
I love them now, but I think Gabriel, because Gabriel worked with me with this book. He helped me to write it.
Yeah. Did he come quite a lot?
He did come quite a bit. Yes, he did. He stays very close to me.
Right.
I appreciate his support and his help.
Well,
yes.
So what does he look like?
The essence of him, the difference between angels and archangels is angels are beautiful and they fly around, and I can see, as being a medium, I have the gift to see. And Gabriel and all the archangels are very tall when they come through. Yeah, they just got a big, powerful energy about them. There's a big difference between angels and archangels. So, and he's just, he always comes wearing brown, like a brown robe to me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know it's him.
Oh, I have no idea about that.
Yeah.
And does he come, because when I see him, I always see him with the I don't know what it's called, like a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called either, but he's considered the messenger of God.
Yes, so. It's called a...
It is. Yes, it is.
So anyway, I believe I have some callers calling in, but
thank you so much.
But before we go any further, I'd like to just tell you how you can get hold of From Dark to Light. It's on Amazon.com, and you can also it's by Dawn Barlow, and so buy your copy. I've read it. It's amazing. You've got to read it. It's fantastic. So thank you for listening about Dawn's book.
Thank you.
Now, so I have some callers, and I believe I have Christelle in Columbus, Georgia. Are you there, Christelle?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello and welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Now, I'm a medium, and I can connect to loved ones or give you guidance from my guides. Is there a particular way that you'd like me to work?
Loved ones would be, or guidance, whatever is necessary. I feel like the spirits will tell you what I need.
Well, it can be that way, or it can be where I focus. And it doesn't quite sort of work in sort of I think it's an interesting thing that is sort of raised. I think a lot of people think that we're just sort of, they'll just come in and tell us what you need, and that's not always the case. Sometimes we have to ask them the sort of questions. But I will see what I get. Now, the first thing that have you got children around you? Because I'm seeing children.
I do. I do have a child.
Yeah, and is this child quite small?
Yes, she's 3.
Yeah, I felt like 2 or 3, sort of, quite small, and I'm being drawn to the idea of you having children, and I'm being told that is this a daughter?
No.
It's not.
No.
It's a son.
I have a son. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a son.
A grandson, did you say?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Did you say it's a grandson?
He well, I don't have any grandchildren.
Right, so you have a son that's 3 years old. So what I'm being told and what I'm being shown is that there's something really important about your little boy, and there's something really important that you need to know about your son, because what they're making me feel is that your son is a really evolved soul, and he. I feel with him that he will be doing some important work in this world as he grows up. I feel that it's something about helping mankind, and I'm not quite sure exactly how that's going to be. But I feel that I feel that there's a real importance for his academia, because he needs to be have everything that he needs to be sort of academically achieved. I'm being shown that I just feel that he's going to do something quite astonishing, like really astonishing. He's and I'm drawn to science, the sciences as well. I feel that he's going to, it's almost like he's going to make some sort of scientific discovery or some sort of discovery. And I feel that, and that's why the academic field for him will be so important. It's almost like he needs to go to the right schools and the right university and the right, and I'm just being shown that you, it's almost like, and I'm being sort of shown that you, it's almost like this son of yours is a gift. And I feel that you've been in a lucky situation where you've been able to spend a lot of time with him and a lot of nurturing, and I feel that that's meant to be because of where you are at with or what is required for your son. I'm really sort of like he's going to do something really special in the world. How does that sound, Christelle?
That's awesome. That's stunning, actually. He started reading at 2.5.
Yeah, so you can see that he's an intelligent boy, can't you? You know, I just feel
he took apart my husband's radio when he left the screwdriver on the counter when he was 1.5. That was fun.
Yeah. And Christelle, trust me, I don't say this to everyone. This is an unusual situation that I'm getting where I just feel that your son is it's like he's going to be a bit of a genius. Like he's highly intelligent and going to be doing some special stuff in the world. And would I be right in saying that he was talking early as well?
I couldn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Would I be right in saying that he was talking early in his life?
Oh yeah, yeah. He started first words were 4 months old.
Yeah, he's because I'm repeatedly hearing how sort of marvelous he is, and he has come to this earth plane to do a specific job. He's got a very important job to do, and I feel like he's going to make some sort of discovery. It's a bit like Louis Pasteur discovering penicillin, or that just sort of radicalized the whole world, where we were able to have antibiotics and not die from infectious diseases. It's just quite.
I just feel like it's going to be something like that. He's quite an intelligent young boy and will do exceptionally well. I also feel with him that he will end up in a school that will nurture him well. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's something like a private school or something of that nature.
My husband wants to send him to St. Bart's in the UK, which is where he went.
What's the name of the school?
St. Bart's, I think. St. Bernard. I can't. St. Bart's.
St.
Bernard.
St. Bart.
Yeah. It's a boarding school in England. My husband's from Burgess Hill in the UK.
I was going to be cheeky and say, well, that's why he's so intelligent.
That's kind of what my husband said. He was like, oh, we have to get him a British education.
Yeah. But the British education is quite renowned. But I just know that he's going to end up going to a fantastic school. But sadly, we've run out of time, and but I just want to let you know that he is going to be exceptional in this world. So lucky you to have this wonderful son. And thank you very much, Christelle, for calling in. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. So we have Stephanie in Dallas, Texas. Are you there, Stephanie?
I am here.
Hello, and welcome to the show, A1R Psychic Radio. Now, do you, I'm a medium and I can connect to loved ones, or I can look at, give you guidance from my guides. Is there a particular way that you'd like me to work?
I am more so, I'm just in a transitional phase in my life right now, in an internal spiritual aspect, and I just don't know what this is about or the type of level the universe is trying to take me to. Like, it's really out of my comfort zone, and I'm confused.
Yes, yeah, I can understand that, because I know firsthand that when the spirit world decide they're coming to get you, they give you all sorts of stuff all the sorts of time. Now, I'm having loads of things flashing in my clairvoyance, and I just need to decipher them. I saw a teacup, teacup readings. I saw. I'm seeing signs, like you must be seeing signs everywhere, like the writing up somewhere. Because I know that that's going to be significant with you, and that's one of the ways that they're trying to get to you. I'm also being told that you are hearing things as well. So they are activating your clairaudience, and I'm being told that that's only going to. And I'm a clairaudient medium, so that's I hear the words as they're coming through, and that's only going to get stronger with you. You're going to become more and more clairaudient. I feel so that makes sense to you, does it, Stephanie?
Yes, it makes sense. And then when I meditate, or if I'm up in prayer, like my hands and my arms, like they have funny movements and stuff, and they just start doing weird things on their own. And I'm like, what is this? What am I doing? I don't understand. Like, during the process, though, it feels very rejuvenated. My mind is in a whole different place when I get out of that level, out of that state.
Yeah.
But when I come back, down, my energy is like balanced. I go back and think about it, and like, what was I just doing?
It sounds like you're actually getting into an altered state. And when you go into an altered state, you're moving from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. And that's how you access spirit. And sometimes when you go sort of deep in a meditative state or in prayer, like you're describing, you can get a sort of shaky arm, because that used to happen to me. But as you become more experienced with mediumship, and you get used to a sort of the energies that spirit work with, then you won't get that shakiness that you're talking about.
Yeah, so like now that you're talking, I have flashes in my eyes, like it just keep coming and going, like it'll take me to a picture of something and then it'll go away, but I can still hear what you're saying at the same time.
Yes, yeah, and that's your clairvoyance. So they're activating that.
Wow.
What you need to do is you need to get to a local spiritualist church, and you need to sort of start opening up and sitting in class, because I always liken developing mediums, or mediums that have got, like with you've got all the raw materials, and it's almost like you need the tutoring. So it's a bit like you may be good at music, but unless you go to music school, you're not going to be any good. Or you may be, have a natural flair for art, but unless you go to art school, you're not going to be any good. And sort of mediumship is just the same. You need to sit in circle. You need to learn to open up and close down. You need to, learn all about the different faculties, the hearing, the seeing, and the sensing. And these, and with practice, you will only get better. I'm being told that your mediumship has come from your mother's side of the family. So there must be somebody in your mother's side of the family that had sort of like instincts. The trouble is that a lot of people in previous times would cover these things up, and they wouldn't go, wouldn't be public because of, religion or such like. But I do feel that I'm linking in with your mum's side of the family. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Well, it kind of a little bit, because as I'm going in through the DNA process, there is some things that I've noticed, like only my mother's side of the family has.
Yes.
Like we're Native American. I've seen that in a dream. Like it was just like a big red flowers, and I just seen this Native American in this native suit playing the little, I don't know the proper name for it. I guess that's some information that I need to do upon myself.
Is it just your mother's side of the family?
Witch magic and stuff, don't they?
Is it just your mother's side of the family that's Native American, or is it both?
It might be both.
Okay. But I just feel very strongly drawn to your mother's side of the family that have this sort of connection. And Native Americans often appear as guides. I know it sounds like a bit of a cliche, but how many people who are mediums say, I've got a Native American working with me? And the reason being is because they were so incredibly spiritual. They were amazing people. And I know that, but I can feel that your awareness. And I feel also that you've been sensing things before they're going to happen. So in other words, you've had some premonitions as well. I'm sensing around you.
Yes, and it's like, and they're getting more and more intense. And like, I've been on social media, and then when it comes across, like after, I say it before it happens, and then when it happens, and someone in my family sees that what I said came true, it's like, but then they paint me out to be the bad guy, like, oh, she's crazy. They just think the most crazy stuff ever.
And one of the most important things, for yourself and anybody who's listening, is that if you have this gift, and let me tell you, it's a gift. It's an incredible gift. To have mediumship in your life is the best thing that you could ever have. And the problem is that if you're surrounded by people who don't approve, or who are critical of what you're doing, or sort of, say you're mentally ill or something like that. If you're surrounded by people who do that to people like us, then it's not good for you and it's not healthy. And what's really important is that you perhaps find a local spiritualist church. I don't know if there are any in Dallas. I know that sort of, when you go to the sort of south, it starts to, there's less and less spiritual sort of stuff going on. But if there is one, Yeah, I have noticed that. I know that sort of, in the Carolinas, there's just doesn't seem to be any spiritualist churches that I've come across, but maybe there is, and maybe somebody's going to, write to me and tell me there is one here. But I do, I do feel that it's so important that you're effectively surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded, who understand you and get you. So, by going to a spiritualist church, it will help you to open up, and it will help you to just feel normal. Just feel, like
it would. I think it'll help me bring out my gift even the more, because it makes me shut down when, family don't understand. That's why I'm like, wow, I can't believe that it came from my side of the family. But I do know that we are somewhere down the line. We are Native American. I've seen it.
Exactly.
They come to me and talk to me.
Yeah. But I just want to sort of, reassure you that there's nothing wrong with you, and you. But the key is to be surrounded by people who, like this community on A1R Psychic Radio. You look at all the readers and stuff like that. We're all doing this, and we all had to start at some point. And sometimes it's a bit like coming out, I think, and I feel that I feel that I have well and truly come out. I've told the world in case you didn't know, I'm a medium. So
it is. It feels like that.
It does, because there will be so much criticisms, but have the strength and the conviction, because this is God's gift to you. And why would you deny a gift that's been given to you?
Right. I even tried being in the Christian world, and it's just not for me. And my guides tell me all the time that lifestyle is just not for you. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it or I'm against it. It's just, it was not for me.
Yeah, and you have to find your own sort of niche and your own place. But in the Christian world, they will accept, the concept of a prophet, but perhaps not a medium.